You don't own me. You don't own me. You don't own me.
So don't tell me what to do, and don't tell me what to say.
I don't know the rest of the words. Well, hi, welcome to group settings. I mean, trend settings. The channel is group settings. I'm going to get this right one of these weeks. I'm Ali.
Jono.
Chris.
Yay Chan.
The order's different. That was so weird. I was expecting to hear Yay Chan, and then it's like Jono. I'm like, what?
He's on the right.
We
Anyway,
switched it up.
We got crazy topics this week. Some of them are hard hitting. Some of them are last minute. Some people do research. Some people don't. But we all love each other, and everything's connected, right? That's the promotion.
Apparently.
But yeah, no matter where you're watching it.
It's all connected.
Topic one.
What is topic one?
Topic one, my friends, is that's my Jeff Goldblum. Sorry.
Really?
That was terrible.
Isn't that what he does? Well, if you
Must go faster, must go faster, must go faster. That might actually be...
the dinosaurs is Suicide Squad, so nothing to do with Jeff Goldblum. And it just kind of came out of me every now and again. The Goldblum comes
Jurassic
out.
Park movie or something?
Suicide Squad.
It's all connected.
I guess it's technically Chris's topic, but we all saw it except Yay Chan. So he'll be the ignorant view, and we'll be the experienced view.
I went to see Suicide Squad.
So how do you think we should do this?
Wow.
Should we just talk about loves and hates, or are we going to talk about it all?
Well, that was my question.
I think Chris should open because you generally have interesting ideas.
That oppose the rest of us.
Okay.
So it'll be good.
Oppose the rest of the world.
So it all starts on Tuesday night.
Oh, we're doing the story.
okay.
Oh, we're doing this again. Okay.
How did you
Take
see
us
the
there.
movie, Chris?
Take us there.
Last Tuesday night. Who's leaving
Sorry.
the table? Which
Sorry.
idiot?
Are you
That was
serious?
me.
Are you?
Do you see it?
I was so interested in your story, my elbow fell to the table and my hand went on my face.
Don't touch it.
I'm feeling good. Now I'm on fire. So it was Tuesday.
gonna rub
It
the
was
sand
about
later.
like 10 days ago, right? And I was sitting with Julian and some guys, and we're like, "What should we do? I need to go see Suicide Squad." I'm like, "Okay, so we'll go."
10 guys.
There was like a bunch.
2 days?
10 days ago.
Oh.
Not 10 guys.
2 days?
There was about like 8 or 9
Okay,
guys.
continue.
So, and we're like, okay, let's go on Friday. I'm like, nah, can't go on Friday. Let's Saturday, nah. Sunday, nah. And
Oh,
then,
this isn't the night he saw it.
no.
Okay,
This is when we were talking about it.
Man, you went way
Wow.
back.
Okay.
So I was like, Monday night, let's do it. I'm like, yeah, sweet. So then it comes to Sunday night. I'm like, bro, we're going to Suicide Squad tomorrow? He's like, oh, I'm going tonight. I'm like, what? We're going tomorrow?
Your family's the worst with movie plans.
That was not my family. That's my immigrant friend, Julian.
Oh,
Wait. We saw it with Julian.
Exactly. Because I already organised to go see it with him. I'm like, you good for tomorrow? He's like, do you want to go tonight? No, we're going tomorrow.
legal immigrant, if that makes a difference. How
So-
offensive that was.
Immigrant nonetheless.
So then Monday rolls around. We have a WhatsApp because we're organised. We have
Wow,
WhatsApp.
you guys are
Suicide
such a
Squad.
clique.
Let's go to
Is it
Suicide
wrong
Squad.
that I'm happy that Julian ditched you to see it with us?
He came to mine as well. I made him come.
Although,
What a terrible
my
friend.
experience at Mad Max almost ruined my movie.
We went to Mad
You
Max
guys-
before the movie.
Freak.
Okay.
It's all
Anyway.
connected.
I didn't
True,
eat.
you
I
were
didn't
in a
eat there
bad
though.
mood
I had a wrap.
after that Mad Max thing.
Keep going.
So I got off the bus from uni and I went to Towers and I met everyone there. They were at Mad Max. So it was Joseph, Julian, Jose. Oh, three
Anybody
Js.
else that the name begins with J?
Joseph, Julian, Jose, which also starts with J.
Chris?
And who else? No, Chris. Yeah, Chris was there. And Stephen, but Stephen came a bit late, but that's okay. So we went in and we weren't even all together. It was like 3 and then 2 in front because it was studio at the whatever it was. The cinema was
Affected
packed.
your experience, obviously.
No.
Right.
Well, I was.
So you
sitting
weren't all together.
It kind of did actually because I was sitting next to Stephen and he's interesting to watch.
And you were full of a burrito.
No, I had a wrap.
Was the people you were with...
A
Is that not the
burrito
same
is a
thing?
wrap.
Okay. You've
Okay.
just opened up Pandora's box.
Listen,
Because it's the same
No,
thing,
it's not.
mate. It's a tortilla with things inside of it.
No, that's
it's a
different.
wrap.
It's different. Don't stop. It's different.
Okay, you're full of a burrito, you're with snobs.
I didn't go to Mad Max. Anyway,
Are they
no,
snobs?
they are not snobs. They are.
You're the only snob, eh?
I was the
You're the snob
I'm the
of the
snob
group.
of the
Yeah,
group.
right.
They're the...
And
The
Jose, who I was talking to him, he like used to act in LA, and he like met Robin Williams and was in movies with famous
Wow.
people, which is
Wow.
weird. Anyway,
Rest in peace.
irrelevant.
Is his last name
Gonzalez? No.
Yeah, it's like famous Jose. Come on, there's got to be a famous Jose.
Come on.
No, he was not Jose Gonzalez. So we went to the movie, and the movie started.
When you say acted, was he like an extra? Or was he like a proper actor?
I don't know.
You met Robin Williams.
I think I didn't.
So he's like been in movies and stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Like I didn't talk to him for long. I was like,
That's typical.
Nice.
and at first I was like, are you?
Talk
But
about
anyway,
your damn
Robin
movie.
Williams.
Okay. So then the movie started.
Right.
And so, okay, how should we start this? I could give a little movie review. I could talk about the good and bad, or let's
We
do that
haven't
first.
started already?
Okay,
It's
so you've seen the movie. You've seen the movie.
it's not going to be spoilery, but we're going to talk a lot about it.
There's
Right.
there'll probably be
yeah, we should
spoilers.
spoil it.
There's
eh?
nothing to spoil.
Spoiler alert: nothing happens in the movie, so everything we talk about doesn't really matter.
Okay,
Nothing
so
really happens.
That's a
in any
huge
movie, though.
spoiler.
this movie was an enormous mess. It was a disaster.
Okay.
What did you think?
Coming out strong.
Let's give one sentence review.
I have more than one sentence.
I thought the plot was a bit of a mess, but I actually really like the characters, so I like the movie.
Okay, interesting.
Fair enough.
I loved it. It blew my hair back. The more I think about it, the more garbage it becomes, though.
Okay, so I can. There are some things that I liked.
That's
It's
my
not
exact
good.
thought of it.
It's like rotting
That
in
was
your
a
mind.
fantastic review of a movie.
Yeah,
It's like,
Jen.
it's like a decaying food.
I
Let's
thought.
get you in there. You've
I
seen
thought
the
it was. I haven't seen
Have you
it.
seen the trailer?
What do you think
I
of
have
it
seen the
compared to what
What do
everyone's saying about it?
What are you expecting?
Well, look, 99% of people that I talk to have been telling me that it's terrible.
Right.
So,
Do you want to watch it?
I
It's one of those things, like, even when they're bad.
don't think so.
Really?
I think that's why I didn't watch it.
That's okay, for DC movies, for me at least, it has to get some seriously shocking reviews for me to not see it.
Well,
Like, I will pretty much go and see
literally
it anyway.
every single person except one who, like, she had no ideas what a good movie was. She's like just a pleb.
Wow.
It's not your wife, is it?
No, it's not.
I just wanted to clear that up.
It's not my wife, was it?
It's not his wife.
If you're
every single-
listening and you know that he's talking about you, can you leave a comment in YouTube?
That's you. You know who I'm talking
Leave
about.
us a review. You can say whatever you want in
That's
the
right.
review. Just put
You
5
can
stars.
call him names on
You have
YouTube.
terrible taste, Sam.
Whoa! Oh, name drop.
So every single person that I've spoken to has told me that it sucks, and maybe that's why I didn't watch it. I think I eventually will. At the cinemas, I don't know.
All right, there was some good things in the movie. One of the good things was the trailers. The trailers were amazing. I was so stoked with the
in the
trailer.
movie.
The
Don't
trailer
worry
is
about
not
the
in the
trailer.
movie.
You said in the movie. That's
Okay.
really what you
We've
said.
now seen the movie.
I really wanted to find some good things. Okay, give me a chance.
You don't have to search that hard.
All right, so the costumes were really cool. I liked a lot of production design. I thought a lot of that was very well done.
We're going through the really minor Oscars right now.
Yeah.
What did
Hey,
you get
well,
the
there's
set
an
design and
Oscar.
the lighting?
Don't start.
The one they cut out of the.
That's in the bottom list. And so the opening of the movie, the first 20, 30 minutes was
Let's
like,
all talk about what we liked first.
yeah,
before
good.
we get to the
No,
negative.
I'm
Keep
still
with the
going.
likes.
It was like this big long montage sort of introducing the characters, and there was like these flashes with lists of like facts about them, and it was crazy fonts and artwork, which was pretty cool. It was a
And
cool
we
introduction.
all know that you love
He
fonts.
loves fonts.
I don't love fonts. It was just cool.
If it's a minor thing in a movie that no one else will care about, Chris is on it.
So that's my good list.
That's it.
Wow. Okay.
Wait. Oh no, there's some on the other side, but that's to do with the characters. Oh yeah, okay. The Australian guy, Captain Boomerang, Digger
Yeah.
Harkness. I thought he was amazing. Like
Yeah.
he had nothing to do,
I agree.
and
I agree.
all of his lines, like most of them, were just for the plot, saying, "All right, right now, let's go here." But
Was he a pirate? He was like that. He's not exaggerating too much.
I thought he was hilarious. He made me laugh. And he was really, really funny. I really liked him. I know a lot of people didn't and thought he was stupid, but I really enjoyed him. I thought I needed more of him, and I wanted him to do more.
While we're talking about him, I think he was awesome. I actually agree.
I'm agreeing with you too much right now.
But
That's disturbing.
he was definitely one of the characters that felt like they cut 80% of his scenes out.
Yeah, there's
Because
got to
he
be an
was weaving
extended
into
cut or
things. You're like,
something.
where the hell did this guy come from?
Yeah.
You're going negative now?
Yeah, it's like, I got a unicorn. Great. What does that mean? Is he a brony or something? Like,
That's
where's this unicorn coming
Yeah,
from?
there should have been.
And then like he leaves, and it's really funny. I'm like,
if anyone
awesome.
doesn't
He
know
left.
what a brony is,
Don't look it
yeah,
up.
don't
For
look
goodness
that
Google
sake.
images.
Really don't look it up.
It's weird.
It's just a person who loves
Really?
like horse things.
No, it's
That's
My Little
specifically-
Pony.
It's more than that.
My
It's
My
more than
Little
that.
Pony.
But I don't want to go into it more than that.
Alright.
Alright.
Sheesh.
You know what else was
There's
good?
guys who like horses.
You know what else was good? When the Enchantress, she was standing there, and she's like, Enchantress, and the hand
thing,
came out.
That
and
was
it
probably
came
the
up.
best shot in the movie.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was genius.
I feel like that shot would probably have fit in with the rest of the tone from the original cut, which
Maybe.
they probably changed, which is why none of it
That
makes
was
sense.
amazing.
Is that everything you liked?
No, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller was very good. She was a
Yeah, I'm
complete
an angry woman. Good
badass.
job.
No. She was an evil woman. She was the most evil person,
Which
that
ties
there
into
is.
one of my problems with
which
it.
was amazing. She was so good.
Very
And
well.
I actually, like, people say it was stupid, but at the end when she met Batman, she was like, you should stop working nights. I thought that was awesome. I think that's really cool.
I can't believe you liked
I'm
it.
kind of alone in that, and Will Smith was Will Smith, he was good.
Which I love. So
I like Will Smith doing Will Smith.
I love
very
Deadshot, I love Will
charismatic.
Smith, and I feel like they clicked pretty
He's
well.
a bit too popular with normal people. For
Very
Chris-
good.
Yeah.
to criticize.
I did enjoy him. He made a good Deadshot. Like when
Okay,
Deadshot's
keep
usually
going.
like an evil, normal white guy just being crazy, but he was good. That's my
So,
good.
Jono, what do you
That's my
like?
good stuff.
I liked Will Smith. I liked all the characters except for whatever the heck Cara Delevingne was trying to be at the end when she kept moving around.
Yes.
Like, can you stop moving around?
Let me impersonate.
Gyrating.
She's just like
What is
got, like
this?
some weird. I don't know.
You haven't seen the movie.
I'm
That's
not even
what she
exaggerating.
does.
This is exactly what
Her
she was
head's
doing.
there, and like she's got a CGI body that just
She's
keeps
like
moving around.
one of those waving
She can't,
balloon
like-
men.
Yeah.
She looked cooler before they
Oh yeah.
switched up her costume.
That was
Anyway,
insane.
without spoiling anything, like I thought the characters. I agree with Captain Boomerang being funny. Like I actually enjoyed him being on screen.
Yeah.
I hope that there's somewhere there's a cut, like the original cut of this movie, where the tone is consistent and he's in it more.
And it's like he used to be in America, and then he comes from an Australia Post bag. Like there's so many things like that in this movie that don't bloody connect. It's like they're
It's
filming
outrageous.
8 different movies and stitching it together. Go
Seriously.
on,
Yeah.
sorry.
Where are you going there?
I did understand fully why they had to do that. Like because at the start it's just a bunch of intro, like short films on each one.
It was a lot like Goodfellas at the start, and I
Yeah.
freaking loved that.
It was. I thought they did that well. It was more when it went to the rest of the plot. It was actually pretty stupid.
You mean the plot?
Or when it got to like being a movie.
Yeah, but like I mean, there's like a good half an hour at the start. It was pretty good.
yeah, that wasn't plot though.
The intro
yeah,
stuff
true.
and the style
It's
and
the
like the,
best part of the
the
plot.
Zombieland
It's
kind of
subtle.
vibe
It's
it had at
subtle.
the beginning was really awesome. Like the text and like the ridiculous over the top like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm the Joker. Like
Yeah. Apparently, that's what studio executives got freaked out by.
yeah, which is
Apparently,
probably
the original cut
best
was
part of it.
like more
weird.
of that. Yeah.
What did you
Not,
like,
not
Ali?
bankable was what
I
they
liked I hate Harley Quinn in like almost everything I've seen her in because I think she's useless. Like what's the point of her? Like she looks great.
said. You mean
That's
the
about
actual
as far as I
character,
go.
not
Yeah.
the actor.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't say Margot.
Yeah,
Margot
but I
and me are
mean,
like
like-
this.
When you say other,
Since Neighbours, bro.
Yeah.
when you say other stuff she's in,
No, I meant
mean,
I
like,
meant
the-
the character.
you
yeah.
mean that
the
time she was
comics
naked?
and stuff.
And
Oh.
because she's usually,
Oh,
I'm always like, why is she here besides some TNA? But then, because the Joker, the usual relationship with them two is, you're almost like a handbag to me. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't actually give a crap
It's
about you at all.
wildly abusive.
And in this
Yeah.
one, the Joker's head over heels for it, and I actually really like that because you don't ever see the Joker give emotion about everything besides like chaos emotion.
Yeah. And they even deal with that conflict as well in him.
Yeah,
Which is nice.
and even the fact that they made Harley Quinn like almost competent, like she could actually fight and stuff. Usually she just gets punched in the face by Batman, which they did do, which I love. I don't love hitting women, but it just
it
seemed
happened
like
a couple of times.
Me,
though.
I love hitting
It was
women.
pretty funny.
it was just kind of like, oh,
Huh?
she got punched in the face. I love Deadshot. I love everything about Deadshot. Diablo, I actually didn't know anything about, but I liked everything that was in it with him.
I forgot about him.
I feel like he was
Really?
he was the only one that made sense that he wasn't actually evil, but that's getting into the negative. I liked Slipknot dying.
Oh my god.
I
Spoiler.
liked
That's
Boomerang.
not a spoiler. Isn't that crazy?
All right, let's.
Isn't it crazy that that's not a spoiler?
Let's
Is
let's quickly trash it for a few minutes.
Okay, where do we start? I'll start from the bottom. Katana? Who? What?
I honestly forgot about it
Like-
until you just said it.
It's two characters I'd forgotten about.
Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah.
Can you
just
see
go
how
down by
terrible this is?
And then she gets on,
Katana.
and instead of like having a backstory, Flag is like
She
her husband
Oh my
sold her
gosh.
sword, and everyone's just like,
But there's just too many characters that you don't know anything about. They obviously focused on Deadshot and Harley Quinn, like
Yeah,
as the main.
That's fine.
characters.
Then don't have the others.
But they need a team. Like,
Katana
what?
definitely wasn't.
Okay, well that sums up everything about this movie. All of my notes just says lazy and cheap. It's cheap. It's easy. It's lazy. Slipknot, they had him in the ads, so they had to put him in, and then they kind of needed to show that these guys were serious and they would actually blow them up. So okay, let's get another guy who we don't need and no one needs to care about, and let's just get rid of him. Lazy, cheap, easy.
Let's go quickly through our bad things.
Okay, Killer Croc, right? That was just bad. Like it's trying so hard to do like a Dave Bautista,
Oh, I
Drax
forgot
the
about him
Destroyer,
too.
or Groot.
Nice. My
And-
Croc thing was Croc was wasted. He didn't eat anyone, which is like
Oh
his
my
thing.
gosh.
He's like the cannibal character.
There had to be a longer sequence
And then
at the end there with him.
and he was a racist stereotype.
Everything he said,
Why
you
did the Croc become
Oh.
50 Cent? Like
it was delivered
what
so
the hell was
bad.
that crap?
So bad.
He was so scary at the beginning. Remember how scary he was?
Yeah.
And then suddenly he talks and you're like, this guy's an idiot. And then he does the crocodile walk. Which that was probably my favourite part about it.
Yeah.
That was terrible. That was the worst thing in the world. There are so many things about this movie.
Okay, next.
The plot makes no sense. There are these points that are supposed to be twists, but they're not at all. You know when they get in and they're like,
It's like, can I just? It says good here, and then it says bad for the rest of the page.
It's so-
Jan is
bad.
holding up Chris's notes.
It's
For
just
anyone
bad.
who
It was
listens
really
to
easy
this
to come up with bad.
and
Oh.
not seeing it.
It's terrible. Okay, so at like half an hour in the movie, I had to check my watch because there was a giant ring of garbage in the sky and a portal to something. I don't know. No one knows what. I'm like, is this the final 20 minutes? Like, are we there already? I'm like, oh no, it's only been half an hour. Like, is this the whole movie? I'm like, okay, maybe they're going to do something weird. But no, we were just there already. And the rest was walking in the dark. I don't know.
I was genuinely
It was-
surprised how quickly that whole part developed.
And that's okay. Like
Should have happened.
contained plots and like bottle episodes.
Final
are
thoughts
awesome.
on this topic.
But
Go.
this was terrible, and the bad people terrible, just terrible. And I thought the audience was so stupid. They introduced Deadshot 3 times. What do they think we are? They gave us no emotion. I felt no connection to any of the characters. It was terrible.
Wow.
Nice. Jono, final
It was
thoughts.
bad.
I felt connection to the characters, but I wanted more of them, and like the plot was really dumb. So they could have, I don't know, they could have made the plot like not like the world's gonna end, and actually made it something that was like almost believable, and then just had them interacting more,
Terrible.
like as like the conflict between them, because the characters are actually the potential in the movie
Right.
to be awesome. So
But they
it's just,
didn't. It tells you exactly
Hey,
how to feel.
You've had your final.
But I have so much more to say.
I know.
You can,
I
you
can
can
see that.
You can listen to that if you call Chris. on the
Yeah,
phone, and
I will
he
talk to you.
whinge you.
They
I'll-
tell you exactly how to
For
feel.
an
They don't
hour.
ask you
Okay,
to do anything.
so my
or
main
anything.
problem, thanks Chris, was that the evilest person in it was bloody Amanda Waller. You have 6 sociopaths.
Nah, that's good.
You have 6 sociopaths who don't kill one person.
Oh, they kill lots of blob heads.
They kill mindless freaking drones.
Oh, we haven't even talked about
because
the
they
bad
gotta,
guy.
They got to keep
Oh.
it PG. And who kills someone in it? Amanda Waller shoots 3
Kills 6
people
interns.
in the back of
It's
the head.
amazing. That was so good.
I was
Spoiler.
like, surely one of the
not
bad
even a
guys
spoiler.
could have killed somebody.
is.
It's not.
You're disrespecting
It's
people
fine.
who haven't seen the movie if you think that's
That was
I
amazing.
think if you haven't seen the movie by now, I feel like you really aren't going to see
Don't
it.
see
'cause
it.
of how
I-
trash
I-
it's
Like, I'll
I've
tell
really
you,
done
in
one.
less
Really.
than a
do
week.
not see it. It's not worth it. Don't waste your money.
It's
Don't
just that
let them
bad.
make another
Okay,
one.
next. We're talking
bad.
about the Olympics. Jono, no more Suicide Squad talk.
I could
It'll
say
be
that.
hard.
Amanda
things.
Waller. Oh yeah, okay. So the Olympics is on. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I always forget how good the Olympics are until they come around again. I'm like, oh yeah,
You know
this
what I
is
love
awesome.
about the Olympics? That you get to watch sport that you would never ever watch
Yeah.
any other time.
Yeah.
Like I'm
I've never cared about rowing.
Yeah,
in my
exactly,
life.
exactly.
Until the Olympics is on, I'm like, why is our boat
I'm
behind
at
the
work-
bloody New
I'm at work
Zealanders?
today watching freaking field hockey. When the hell do I watch field hockey?
It's
Never.
pretty crazy though.
Yeah. Yeah,
they crack that ball, and you're like, someone's gonna get hit
I
in the head.
love-
That's
But
gonna
chick
hurt.
almost died, right? Getting hit in the stomach.
Yeah.
You told me that,
Versus
probably.
Great Britain, Australia,
Nice.
we hit it straight into it. I've been involved in both of those sports. That's
Have you?
weird. The two that you
Brag about it.
Sounds like something you would do.
I really wanted to get on board, but then you kept saying things.
They're
that I
both
knew.
very white.
Have you guys watched
They're
Rugby
both-
Sevens? It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
The Australian chicks won?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yay, women.
Yay, women.
But obviously,
Sorry. I didn't mean that to come out sarcastic. And I don't mean it as sarcastic.
Ali hates women. This is the misogyny corner.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
We didn't even talk about the Joker and
It's
how
not true.
stupid it was.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Let it go.
Let it go.
I know you have two
Sorry.
pages of things you hate.
Woo!
Honestly, if anyone wants to hear Chris rant about that, call him.
Give me a call.
Write it on the forum.
I was about to give my number, but maybe that's
Don't do that.
That's a dumb idea.
Shoot me a text.
But yeah, obviously in the news this week there was a whole thing with Matt Horton and Sun Yang.
Mhm.
So
This is
the
awesome.
Australian swimmer who beat the Chinese swimmer, and it kind of started in practice when like apparently Sun Yang was like splashing him and trying to annoy him during a practice like swim.
What?
Yeah,
Either that or flirt with him, right? Because
That's
that's a classic flirt.
Hey,
technique,
Mac.
right?
but Sun Yang's like the reigning champion of like the which one was it? The 200 meter.
Swimming.
Swimming of some sort.
There's so many
The
different,
swim.
so many different
There's
permutations.
water.
There's water
stroke
involved.
and length and like medley
Yeah,
or
that's right.
individual.
Get the
like,
chart
swimming
out,
is
bro.
ridiculous.
Wait, Sun Yang is a guy?
Sun Yang's a Chinese swimmer
Male?
But-
swimmer?
yes.
Okay.
against
The-
Matt Horton.
The controversy,
Male-
right,
male
was
swimmer.
what did he actually say? He said something that Sung Yang completely took as it was against him.
Okay, so he was responding to something that Sun Yang had said, and he said, "I have no time for drug cheats," because Sun Yang got banned in 2014
Wow.
for using like a heart medication thing, which is actually on the banned list.
It's heart palpitation, which
Yeah,
what is that? Does that make you go
I'm
faster?
actually not sure what it does, but generally, if something strengthens your heart, it's probably going to be good for like an endurance kind of sport. So
Right.
this was it was a 400 meter. That's right, it was a 400 meter freestyle or something.
Then Sun Yang was
Um,
saying, all of Europe knows Australia's all just...
Well, no, okay.
That was actually the country that said that.
They didn't care
China
until
said that?
they didn't care until Mac beat him in the final. So
Right.
he won gold.
So Mac won.
Yes, Mac won that race that they were competing in, the
Sure.
400.
Then China got
Um,
upset.
Then China
Then-
just started tweeting him.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Like,
right?
China's
There,
Twitter
okay,
account.
so there was like this video of Sun Yang being really upset afterwards, and he was like crying because he was like he lost.
It was
Right.
just...
And
Naturally.
then like this whole trending thing happened in China and like in social media, like don't cry Sun Yang. Like
That's nice.
because they all felt really sorry for him.
Yeah.
And he's like a national
If
icon.
that was
for
a
him.
thing
He's
in
like the most
Australia,
he's the most successful Chinese
it would be
athlete like,
sarcastic.
ever.
Right.
Probably.
And then what? All of China started tweeting at
Yeah, they started like commenting on every one of his like social media things, like
Right.
saying you're a cheat, you're a bad winner,
Really?
you're you have no honor.
Wow.
It's always honor with
Wait,
Asians.
China was saying?
Just
Chinese
you and your honor.
people
To
were
Mac.
posting on his social media.
On Twitter?
On Sons or Max?
Mac.
Mac the knife.
Why were
Defending the drug guy about honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yes.
like
So that's
it's
why it's
because he only
Yes.
got banned for 3 months. There's a lot of athletes there who have been banned before,
But they
Right.
get to come back.
and that's the whole thing. Like, there's another one who's like a Russian athlete who got banned previously, and now this year, because of the whole Russian scandal, state-sponsored doping program, the IOC had tried to make a ruling that if you've been previously banned for doping, then you couldn't be in this Olympics.
Right.
But this athlete had appealed to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, which had said that that ruling can't stand because basically it was like punishing someone twice
Right.
for the
Makes
same
sense.
offense.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, which makes sense. So she's allowed to race, but I
What
think
does
it
she
was
do?
an American swimmer who had
Oh,
been
she's a
like,
swimmer.
yeah, she's a swimmer as well. So an American swimmer, because this Russian swimmer had gone like made a gesture after he won like a heat or a
What
semi-final,
sort of gesture?
like I'm number one.
Oh.
And then
I'm gonna have to blur that. Thanks, Chris. Thanks so much
It
for
was
doing
side on.
Timestamp.
do it again. Do it again.
26
You're so
minutes.
smart.
Chris gives the finger.
Twice.
Blur it out.
He said gesture.
Anyways.
Anyway,
So Mac didn't cheat, but all of China.
no, Mac's not Mac. Well, I don't
All
know.
of
I have a
China
friend who
is
thinks
saying
every
that.
athlete is on something, but
Yeah.
Funny tangent is
Is
there's
he
a
an
British swimmer with the same first name, right? Or the same last name, and China was tweeting
he
him
wasn't
as
a
well.
swimmer.
Oh,
He's
he
not
wasn't
even
a
a
swimmer?
swimmer. He's
That's
just a normal.
awesome.
He's
It was
just
like
a normal guy.
it was Mick Horton, wasn't it?
Just a random guy.
Yeah.
It was Mac Horton.
You bastard.
You're a cheater.
It's like,
It was like just a normal guy in Britain, and he was getting
That's
abuse from China. Oh, and China's like state media had also weighed in.
It's
basically.
funny.
No, because they insulted Australia because they were like, Australia
Yeah.
has always been a second
that
class
statement was
Western,
crazy.
That's
Western
insane.
country, and has always tried to prove itself as being like a proper Western country or whatever.
Coming
Which it
from
isn't
China.
because we are in the Far East.
Like, it was so offensive. Like, it was funny.
Yeah, so they basically attacked all of Australia because Matt Corden had said something that
Wow.
Like a kindergartner.
it was. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, there's this Russian one who's saying, like, Russian swimmer was saying, "I'm number one." Like, she made that symbol, and this American swimmer did the same thing, and she sort of made the same sort of statement. Like, I don't think like she's a cheat, so she can't like
Wow.
she's number one. She's disrespected my sport by cheating, and she won as well. So the American girl won as well.
Good job.
Yay, not cheaters. But
But
Wow.
Sun Yang actually won
How
other
do we
stuff,
know?
didn't
yeah,
Oh.
Sun Yang won gold in I think the 200 meter.
he? So cheating wins.
Cheating
then-
Sometimes
always
wins.
It's okay, so that's the interesting thing though, because they've served their time and they're allowed to race. And this American swimmer was asked about Justin Gatlin, who's the American sprinter who's racing against Usain Bolt. He's the main competitor for Usain Bolt. He has been twice previously banned for doping. So he got a 2-year ban,
Wow.
came back, got done again for like 4 years, came back, and this is his like third time being
So
back
what
in.
what does she reckon about him?
She thinks that he shouldn't be in the team either.
Wow. Okay.
Well, like,
that's
you have
okay.
to be consistent. If you're going to bag out
Yeah.
one person for doping, your own team. The American team has a pretty, like, every single team pretty much has drug cheats. I'm not sure about Australia.
Who's in
I think we're
Australia
actually
with drug
alright.
cheats?
Just Shane Warne with his diuretics.
We
Yeah,
can't afford
every
it.
drug treat in
His
Australia
mum
is
gave it to him.
recreational, right? The Australian drug cheats are
Yeah,
just chilling out.
basically.
Yeah.
There's like Ben Cousins on cocaine or
Yeah,
something like that.
we do drugs, but it doesn't make us fast.
It doesn't-
It actually makes us slower.
it doesn't improve. Oh no, there was that whole Essendon thing with the supplements scandal
yeah.
and all that. So
Look.
it has happened before in Australia.
With the Olympics being around for so long, and every time there seems to be, and not in every sport, but you know, like the world record is set, and every single time people are trying to beat the
I
record,
think the same thing.
it's like maybe we've sort of reached a level where
Threshold.
this is like as far as the human body can go, and to go any further, like maybe they like. I honestly, I think everyone's or majority are doing it. It's just
Maybe.
those who get caught and those
Well,
who don't.
Okay, eventually people are going to stop breaking records.
Yeah, but
I'll be okay with
it hasn't
that.
happened.
It hasn't happened yet, and that's probably because more and more people are able to get into sport, right? Because 100 years ago, much more people have like less stuff, don't have time to dedicate to sport.
But there
and
must
train,
be there
so
must be a
lower percentage
threshold
of people are
where
doing sport.
the human body just can't go.
Yeah, there
beyond.
will be, and eventually we'll get there.
Well, I think we've already hit that threshold, but now, like,
Now they're
we
pushing
have
that
so much
boundary.
more stuff. We have
I
better
don't,
shoes
I
or
don't
whatever.
think so.
I don't know.
I don't think we hit that threshold.
No.
There's like 7 billion people on the planet, and the genetic variation between them is massive. So if you get more people training hard and having the opportunity to do that, like we do in like Australia, because we're pretty well off. Like you can go to little athletics. Like
Little eyes.
most of Africa, it's like child
Yeah.
soldiers. Like
Wow.
the contrast is insane between the
Jeez.
continents, still, right? So if you had more people like actually having the chance to compete, I think you would get more records broken.
My question is, would it be that crazy to just let everyone do the drugs?
I was wondering about that. So I actually
Yeah, me
looked
too.
up. I looked up doping, the history of doping. It actually started off as okay, and then everyone was like, "We shouldn't do this anymore."
Right.
So
Is that
People
because
probably-
it's unsafe?
Probably
yeah,
because
so
people
if
just
you're-
started to
if
drop
you're
dead.
on, if you're on anabolic steroids, this I was reading a quote from this like East German chick, and she fled East Germany because back then they forced every single athlete to take anabolic steroids.
Wow.
This is a country of
We always
17
come back to
million
Russia,
people.
don't we?
East Germany.
Oh, you say East Germany. I thought
It was basically
the way you were describing it sounded very
It
Russian.
was basically Russia back then. This is during the Cold War.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
right.
Soviet Union.
is
She
Russia.
fled because she started growing a mustache, and
Wow.
her voice had cracked.
Wow.
So there's definitely side effects for in men. They'll start having breasts developing,
Nice.
testicular shrinkage.
Awesome.
One of the female athletes from that time has had like multiple miscarriages, ovarian cysts, like
Isn't it weird that it makes
bad side effects.
women more like men and men more like women?
I think it just messes up your
It's gonna be a
hormones.
balance thing, right?
What if it just brings you into the middle? And then you'd be like the perfect person.
Some
I don't know if you'd be
athletes
a
kind of
perfect
do
person.
look like they're in the middle,
I'm
though.
not sure if breasts are an improvement.
That would be interesting
Dude.
if they had like a full-on drugified Olympics.
Joke,
And
but
they
you
said,
said-
go for
I was
gold.
thinking, like, it's either got to go drug Olympics or, like, robot legs Olympics, right?
Well,
It's gotta
no,
go
like,
somewhere.
I mean, they have got tests. Okay, so the problem is testing technology is usually behind drug technology, right? So, okay, so 1988 Olympics, Ben Johnson, really famous, like
Throwback.
sprinter,
Runner.
broke the world record, found to be a drug cheat, lost his first place and the world record.
Is
Carl
doping
Lewis,
that old?
doping's
Or
from
was it
like 18.
The ancient Greeks, bro.
Oh, wow.
So when I was looking up the first examples of doping for walking races, endurance walking in the 1800s, where they'd use like stimulants to keep them awake because they were like 5-day races.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, Ben Johnson's cheating, gets it stripped. Carl Lewis, who came in second, also did a world record time. So he gets the world record and he comes first. Comes out 10
Didn't
years
he
later that he cheated as well. So,
Why does it come out so much later?
because they keep the samples and they can retest them.
Oh.
Wow.
And then when you find out, oh, you cheated this time, usually you
Check the
find out
history.
about the rest of the cheating that they did. Like
Right.
like Lance Armstrong came clean when he realized he had nowhere to go, and like told the truth about all of the cheating.
Jeez.
So like usually you'll find out the whole story.
Did
eventually.
anything he won come legally?
No.
That sucks, man.
That's crazy.
Probably at the start of his career before he got big.
Right, he must have been good at bikes at some
Yeah.
point, right?
They had a crazy one. They were like switching out his blood during the test. It's insane.
Oh,
yeah,
so,
like so they take your blood when you're like
Lancy.
not tired.
so it was like
and
super
they keep
illegal.
it, and then later on they transfuse your blood
What?
so that you're not tired again.
Is that a thing?
So it's
yeah,
on-
blood
so
transfusions.
it's
That's
like-
what they were doing.
Like,
and
like they
EPO.
do with kidney people, right? That's what they.
Yeah,
Like, just,
That's
Yeah.
insane.
yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, the history of doping in sport is really long. Like I don't know if there's ever been an era where people could compete in sport and not think that other guy is probably cheating. And I can't imagine how that would feel. Now I don't want to like completely dismiss human beings because they've like done something. A lot of them, especially the Eastern European ones during the Cold War, were doing it because they were forced to.
Right.
So like their like secret police were the ones making them do it. So one of the girls who refused to do it got taken by the secret police, the Stasi, and they were like interrogating her.
Wow.
Why aren't you taking the drugs? So it's like, and
I'm getting a
so
mustache.
so this is the other thing. They used to do it on children from a really young age to try and get them so when they're old enough to compete, they'd be like perfect.
Wow.
And one of the quotes was that for every single Olympic champion, there was probably 350 failed ones because of the side effects.
Wow.
That sounds like a sci-fi.
Just like Halo.
They used to
Yeah,
do
I was thinking. I was like, it sounds like Halo.
yeah. So there was a lot of like damaged human beings.
Crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's like, do you guys think that they should be allowed to compete? If you've ever cheated, should it be like, because you've made a conscious decision that I'm going to cheat. In Justin Gatlin's case, he made that decision twice, on separate occasions,
I think
and he
that's-
gets to race against Usain Bolt for the title.
I think the way that it should be is, and I know this is probably terrible and probably not the best thing to do, but I mean, if it was up to me, if you're caught once, you're banned to ever compete professionally ever again. And I think,
Or maybe you can have like a drug league
oh yeah,
where you're
maybe
allowed
that.
to.
Yeah, you're just not allowed to compete in the real Olympics.
Because like world's strongest man, those dudes
Yeah.
are on roids.
What's it to do with online games, right? You have to, when you cheat in online games, they put you in the cheater server.
Yeah, exactly right. That's what we do.
There's a
Because
cheater server?
Yeah.
I
There
think
must be some crazy stuff going
I
on there.
think the consequences have to be big enough for people to go, okay, I'm never gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a 2-year ban,
Well, that's pretty big. Like for an athlete, like your career is it's not that long.
but if you think about a 2-year ban, Olympics only comes around every 4 years. Like you're still gonna have another go.
It doesn't seem like there's a repercussion for blood doping, like physically, is there? Or is there? Am I just wrong about that?
I think they found about Lance Armstrong stuff because of other teammates who confessed.
No, I mean, is it bad for you physically?
No, don't know. Probably not.
'Cause it's just
the
extra
EPO,
blood, right?
The EPO and other stuff they were doing was bad for him. Probably bad for him.
My first instinct is to say, yeah, get him out, never let him play again. But then these people are like, they're just people, and like people make bad decisions,
It's,
and people get pressured into
It takes
things.
out any redemption.
And I think there is redemption. I think
There is
space for
also
redemption.
the long-term effects of taking steroids, though. It's
Yeah.
possible that it actually helps you forever.
For
So
life.
the effects of building up that muscle while you're on steroids.
Exactly.
actually
So
stays
even
with
if you're
you.
banned for 2 years,
So,
you
like,
still reap the
you've gotten
benefit.
of it for like a
Exactly
long time
right.
afterwards. It's possible it's like there with you for the rest
I guess
of
that's why they banned blood dopers for 4 years, right?
well, okay, blood doping's more for like that event at that time.
Right.
It helps you. The stuff that would be long term would be like anabolic steroids and like testosterone boosting and EPO and all
The
that
other
stuff.
thing is, if you have a drug league, those people will probably kill themselves within a year or so. Do you know what I
So
mean?
one of the first dopers was a guy who won like the first marathon in the Olympics back in 1906 or something. He was nearly dead by the time he won.
Exactly, yeah.
Wasn't there marathons in like ancient Greece Olympics?
No, there was the Battle of Marathon where a guy ran for 40 miles to tell someone news, but the modern marathons are named after that.
Okay,